We're back on. We're live. Welcome, folks. We're right here at Sacred Heart University. This is Ronan McLaughlin. I'm here with Chris Kelly.
You got it. Beautiful night out here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Those mic checks were also associated with the fields, also working through their technical systems.
So, Chris, while we're waiting on the teams to start here, let's take a look at how the teams got here and basically the lineups for tonight. So, if I throw up the last Harvard game, so essentially last weekend we tied with Quinnipiac. What's your thoughts on that one?
Well, I'd say it's perhaps a disappointing result for Harvard, but I think that it'll give them a lot to build from for the season, and I think they'll be ready for this game. And I think it's good for them to have an early season challenge for them to work on some things throughout the season.
So, a number of top tacklers in that game.
Indeed, interesting that they're all back. So there, several backs, in there. Liv Snyder moved to wing at some point during the game, and Skylar Jordan as well, and then Eva Rankin and Sophia Hilger, not just top tacklers, but making all their tackles. It's a commendable performance.
So we had a few impact players last week.
Yeah, Nafi Fitisumanu is always doing the work there in the back row. You can see here she had 13 carries, 11 of them dominant, and also doing the work on defense with 14 tackles.
Yeah, that tells a tale of the tape with all those carries and the tackles. So it's the offense and the defense in last week's game. We also had Lennox scoring a couple of tries from carries.
Yeah, no stranger to the goal line is Lennox with a couple tries, especially given that with 4 carries, Lennox typically carries more times than that. It's a testament to Quinnipiac's defense, but Lennox also doing the work on defense with 9 tackles.
So Sacred Heart got here by their first game 2 weeks ago, where they beat Princeton 67-0 at the opening of the new Princeton field.
Yeah, I think that's a good result for them. I think that's they would expect to have a big performance against Princeton, and I think they probably are happy with that result.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of impact players in that team. Avon Lee Wood had 9 carries in that game, made 65 meters.
Yeah. Wood is another back row player. You expect her to do the work with, to see 20 rucks won, as well as several carries. Yeah, and then
we had Ashley Torres-Brown. Normally plays at 8.
You got her, and look at the work on attack there with 13 carries for over 100 meters. 7 line breaks. I think we're going to be we want to be looking out for that, and scoring 2 tries.
So let's take a look at our lineups tonight. Let's start with the home team.
All right, here we go. Sacred Heart putting together a big, strong front row here with the Wood sister, Reese and Olivia, both playing in the front row with Caroline Werfel, also a strong player moving up to the front row from the back row. In the locks, you have Cheney Fisher and Haven Hawkins, and then you've got the back row of Wood, also mentioned Wood and Torres-Brown, also flanked by Wright, and then you've got Germendi Cunningham as the halfback pairing, and then the wings you got Gray and Fabiola, and then you got the center pairing, you got Allington, Reese Tortosil, and then Caldone at 15.
All right, and finally let's go to our Crimson lineup for tonight.
All right, and the Crimson also bringing a strong front row. We're going to have to wait to hear about the Harvard.
We'll get back to our Crimson lineup.
Starting lineup.
Tonight is the 6th annual Heart to Heart game, where our rugby program is wearing green in various ways to spread awareness on the mental health and mental illness amongst student athletes. The NCAA has deemed mental illness the #1 safety concern amongst student athletes, with 1 in 4 athletes suffering from depression in their career. Heart to Heart was started in 2017 by women's ice hockey co-captain Devin Kane and athletic trainer Casey Quinn after Devin experienced her own mental health struggles. Confiding in Casey to get the help she needed to return to the ice and, more importantly, to be an advocate for all of us. With the goal of letting all athletes know they are not alone and that it is okay to not be okay and ask for help, Heart to Heart was created. Devin shared her story and experience across campus and has continued to share her story since she graduated in 2018, spreading Heart to Heart and its message across our conferences and other schools. Together, we hope to continue spreading this awareness and shutting down the stigma. This evening's National Intercollegiate Rugby Association Women's Rugby match features the visiting Harvard University Crimson and your Sacred Heart Pioneer. The MAAC promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Thank you for your cooperation. Fans, check out the apparel sale at the SHU Rugby tent. All proceeds go directly to the SHU Women's Rugby program. We appreciate your support. And now, please welcome to the field the head official for today's match, Constantine Backer. He is assisted by Nick Prescott and Rob Famagletti. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for Harvard University. At loose head prop, Courtney Taylor. At hooker, Carly Lehman. At tight head prop, Nisa McLaughlin. At lock, Isada Pala. At lock, Ava Rankin. At blindside flanker, Sophia Higler. At open side flanker, Liv Snyder. At number 8, Natalia Villanova Hernandez. At scrum half, Reese Morgan. At fly half, Skylar Jordan. At wing, Victoria Stanley. At inside center, Tiana Padilla. At outside center, P.K. Vince. At wing, Lennox Landon. At fullback, Chloe Hedlund. The head coach of Harvard University is Mel Denham. She is assisted by Holly Aqueli Okeen and Alicia Rivera. And now, the starting lineup for your Sacred Heart University Pioneer. At loose head prop, sophomore number 25, Reese Woods. At hooker, junior number 16, Caroline Wolfel. At tight head prop, sophomore number 4, Olivia Woods. At lock, senior number 13, Haven Hawkins. At lock, junior number 12, Cheney Fisher. At blindside flanker, graduate student number 14, McKenna Wright. At open side flanker, junior number 7, Avonlea Wood. At number 8, junior number 8, Ashley Torres Brown. At scrum half, sophomore number 9, Marley Gomendi. And fly half, senior number 10, Alyssa Cunningham. And wing, graduate student number 31, Sally Gray. And inside center, first year number 22, Harley Ellington. And outside center, sophomore number 6, Reese Turnisil. And wing, senior number 33, Fabiola Million Boston. And at fullback, graduate student number 23, Caitlin Paladin. The head coach of the Pioneers is Michelle Reed. She is assisted by Salvatore Tondi and Walter Schneider. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if able and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, Chris, we're back on. Let's take a look at that Harvard lineup again.
All right, so for Harvard, we got in the front row props Courtney Taylor and Nessa McLaughlin, and hooking is Carly Lehman. Second row is Seta Pale and Eva Rankin. The back rowers are Sophia Hilger and Liv Snyder with Nafi Fitzsimanu. Listed at 8, but that's not what the roster said on the field here, so we'll check that out. Reese Morgan and Skylar Jordan, the halfback pairing. Vic Stanley and Lennox London are the wings. The center pairing is Tiana Padilla, PK Vince with Chloe Headland at 15.
Let's encroach a little. All right, we're all ready for kickoff. Just gotta get.
We've got Harvard here to set the kickoff. Kick is deep, short, deep and low. Million Foston has picks up the ball, takes it into contact. And we have a strong tackle on number 4. That's Seta. And an immediate clearance kick finds touch, and Harvard will be starting attacking inside the 10-meter line going in. I'd say that's a pretty good result for Harvard there. Strong tackle by Seta, and well done all around.
Yeah, first test in Atlanta tonight.
We'll say that is definitely Nafi Fitzsimanu playing 8 there. Was the wrong name was listed in the announcement. Harvard goes to the weak side. Lennox finds contact. Gets set to Pale with the carry. A nice tip ball from Courtney Taylor to Carly Lehman. One of the team's got a bit of an overload here. Padilla finds Headland, and that ball just unfortunately goes in a touch.
I think it could be a producer error there, Chris. I may have pulled the wrong team slip.
No, your team sheet was right. I was just clarifying because here on the field they announced somebody else playing number 8, and I wanted to make sure that was correct. The lineup doesn't quite go to hand, but it's cleaned up by Woods. And now we've got strong pressure with strong line speed leading to a turnover, a knock-on turnover by
this is a big test.
Sacred Heart.
We've got 4 of the under 20 panel in the 2 front rows.
Yeah, right. Isn't that something? And I'll tell you, Caroline Wolfel and Carly Lehman, both walk-ons that are no slouches whatsoever. Those are great front rows.
Of course, Courtney and Olivia going to Wales, and
Harvard goes blindside again. Lennox is headed for the corner, and she's in for a try in the corner. I think
didn't have a good view of that. But
I didn't get a good view of it, but I think we've seen that before.
Down in the corner.
You know, we're looking at the replay here, but you know, we've got a play off the scrum, headed to the right. The scrum was at midfield, so it wasn't really a weak side play, but headed right through hands to Lennox and in for the try in the corner. This will be a difficult kick for Chloe Headland.
It's a good start by Harvard off the back of the scrum. Good pressure.
Really well.
That was over.
Really well struck by Headland. That ball goes through. Conversion's good. Just want to note there is not even the slightest bit of wind here in Bridgeport today. That kick would have been good from 10 meters further back.
All right, so first blood to Harvard in matchup of last year's semifinalists.
Cunningham's kick is also low. not so deep. Oh, we've got a knock on. This is a good chance for Sacred Heart here.
And those front rows get to meet again.
Let's go now, Bob.
Super low position there. Looks like Sacred Heart were not taking the weight.
Somebody didn't seem ready. But even the back line is sort of shuffling back here. You can't see it on the screen, but the back line's figuring out to match Sacred Heart, which is loaded on the strong side pretty heavily. There we go. Nice hands by Cunningham.
to New York Tech.
The referees called offsides here on this play. And Sacred Heart's chosen to take points.
Interesting decision this early in the game, Chris.
Oh, I think Sacred Heart will be happy to put some points on the board. Let Harvard know that if Harvard gets too aggressive inside 30 meters, that they're in danger of giving up points.
Yeah, I'm expecting a kicking battle here today between Jordan at 10 for Harvard and Cunningham at 10 for Sacred Heart.
I couldn't agree more. Cunningham loves to kick the ball. And as you can probably see in here, that's through for 3 points. So after just 7 minutes of play, Harvard's ahead 7-3.
Take it back, Harvard!
Sacred Heart kick was good. Number 10, Alyssa Cunningham.
So Headland's kick here was a little bit shorter and higher, and it wasn't taken by Sacred Heart, but touched. So Harvard will have a line out just about where they had a line out after the first series of play by Sacred Heart. The line out wasn't really contested. And we got the ball playing out the back to Vince. And then McLaughlin, a strong run, getting some go forward. Morgan's playing the ball quickly, out to Padilla, to Stanley. Now we're up to the 20, up to the 22. Another forward ball by Courtney Taylor, giving Sacred Heart a hard time. She goes down. This ball slowed down a bit, going weak to Headland. We're inside the 22. We got the whole field to play with. Lehman's tackled in the game. Rankin finds a half gap. And they've called it Rankin was holding on. Seemed like the Ruckers were there. Just must have Sacred Heart must have just got their hands on the ball.
Gives Cunningham a chance to clear the lines.
Sacred Heart will have the ball right here.
About halfway between the 22 and the halfway line.
Woods with a carry.
Keep running! Keep running!
Oh, Woods is taken in a touch by Taylor, Hilger, and Snyder. Really well played.
Very nice piece of work by Taylor.
Indeed. Sacred Heart did manage to get hands on that one, but it looks like she was offsides. I didn't see the hand signal. But Morgan's decided to go fast. All right, we had an advantage. The referee signaled the other direction, but I think we had an advantage for offsides here coming back to Harvard. Oh, not 10 on the, I'm sorry, it was not 10. Jordan finds touch about just inside the 22.
You think we're going to see that maul again?
I'd say it's worth it. Morgan with a quick ball, gets out to the backs. Padilla's just gonna clean things up, take the ball out quickly. It looks like it was lost.
Illegally again.
Penalty for Harvard. For offsides.
Yeah.
And Harvard's gonna have to choose points.
And so it begins.
Say it's the same message, right? We're saying points count. Saying don't make mistakes in front of the posts. Inside 30 meters. In this case, the ball is right on the 22. And remember that if you miss this kick, it's likely you're going to be kicked dead and you're going to receive the ball back with a 22 dropout.
Yes, good way to absorb the pressure.
Of course, you got Chloe Headland here lined up for the kick. All right, she sent it through.
Flags are up. Another 3 points to Harvard.
All right. What do you think about this? If you're done with the video work, Ronan, about that series of play there, I think Sacred Heart got called for several penalties there, showing some aggressiveness, which I think you like to see. They just ended up paying the price there with 3 points.
Yeah, I think you got to make them pay the price. You got to take the pressure and take the points when they're on offer, especially when you have a kicker on form. It restores the 1-try advantage.
Fitzsimanu receives a kickoff, which was long. Oh, got a low pass to McLaughlin. He just knocks it on, unable to connect it at her ankles. And now Sacred Heart has a really good chance here inside the 22 for the scrum.
Yeah, let's see if they pick and go here. It's a dangerous spot to be giving away.
They actually have they have folks lined up. They have 2 on the left, 3 on the right, and then Cunningham's lined up just behind the number 8, which is a reasonable formation with an attacking scrum somewhere near the center of the field. Now they're gone right. They've got a forward pass. Cunningham just outrun by our support player, and just a bit forward. Harvard's fortunate to get this ball back here.
That's a get out of jail free card.
Ball's gone loose. Fitzsimanu cleans it up, takes it into contact, has some support. We're playing off 9 here. Rankin takes it into contact and looks like, oh, she's received the ball forward. I missed it, but she must have received the ball forward.
We're flip-flopping on the scrum penalties here.
Yeah.
Another dangerous area right in front of the posts, but they decided to go open. They haven't decided yet, but lined up as if they're going open.
They did. They are. This is more like the way that they were lined up 2 scrums ago, where they have most of the line headed towards the left, away from the camera. They had me fooled on this one. They ended up going weak with nobody there, with nobody in support. They sort of switched. Now they've got a couple half breaks here. They're inside the 5 meter line now. Cunningham takes it there. No, it's not Cunningham. Gonna pick and go. There's a chance to hold this one up. Oh, we got a penalty advantage for Hart on this one. So now they're going to try to do something with it. It's tackled by Snyder. Remember, Hart has a penalty advantage here. Yeah, they're going to. Oh. Gone quick, but it looks like another penalty advantage has to be for not being back 5 on that tap or offsides, whatever you want to call it. Now we've got a knock on. Going back to that penalty. Same spot as the last one. I don't see the hand signal. All right.
5.
That's a try for Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart try.
That's by Reese Woods.
Reese Woods.
Say it's going to be tough to stop Reese Woods on those 5 meter lines. If you give them that many chances at it, they're bound to put it through. Now Cunningham's tied up the game.
Yeah, Sacred Heart using some of their front row power to keep pounding at the Harvard line. There's some great defense, but unfortunately for discipline, give a number of repeat penalties one after the other.
Yeah, baby, Reese. I'm working now.
Probably kick off.
Henlet's kick is quite deep and high this time. Really well struck ball. It's been fumbled around a couple times, but picked up with, and the knock on is called. And this is just the opposite of what we just saw with Sacred Heart making mistakes that they ought not make in an area where they ought not make them.
It's just between the 10 and the 22.
It's a really good attacking chance for Harvard here.
I'll just widen the camera angle to see we got the whole field to play with here.
Well, the ball squeaks out. Woods picks it up to Jordan, who cuts the inside line to PK Vince. PK for a big carry inside the 5. Team's organizing, gone weak to Lehman. And a pick and go. And a try. It's a try. Oh, you'll have to show me that replay several times before I know who scored it. Nesta McLaughlin.
Looks like it.
It would seem that way. Another one that's really tough to stop from 1 meter out.
I don't know where she got it, Chris.
Oh, I think you did call it. Quite a battle of the front rows with...
And the kickers.
Edlin's just scrapes past the near post from this perspective.
Is no good.
The conversion was no good. The try was good. Mr. Announcer. We'll get them up to speed on their lingo.
Yeah, right. Snyder's a bit of a fumble, but made sure the ball's gone backwards. Now the ball's in contact. And Harvard's setting up. They're on a forward pod off 10. And got a bit of a not rolling situation, but the ball's been cleaned up. Another forward pod, and the ball was not knocked on, but Sacred Heart's picked it up, and they're inside the 10. Cunningham. Is that Woods again running in a really outside channel? That would be tough to stop. This is Werfel with a run. They're gone right. Cunningham. Oh, it's a strong tackle. Harvard's going to go backwards. Well done by PK Vince. Now we're back to pick and go by Sacred Heart. We got a Woods with the ball. Picked up some good meters. Ball's out to the backs. We're running to Reese Woods after a run by Olivia Woods. Ball's been dropped, but
it was a knock on.
It's a knocked on. That's unfortunate for Sacred Heart. That attack was looking quite promising. Harvard kept the pressure up and rewarded with a turnover knock on.
Yeah, there's a lot more disciplined defending on the line there by the Harvard defense, coming up together and being very cognizant of that offside line.
Indeed.
Harvard looking to exit the end zone.
Pick and go by Fitisamanu. And another pod off 9. Now they're looking to exit. Jordan. Charge down.
It's retained by Harvard.
Ooh, another one charged down. We got an injured player on the field.
Referee just talking to touch judge about something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the touch judge saw there. He's having a word with the Harvard team. He's just gone back to make sure he heard what he heard. Having a full conference here.
Indeed. We've been having a chat for a while. No.
Let's see, can we zoom in on Liberty? Both teams get a chance to catch their breath.
Let's see where we were. We were in the ball was charged down, brought into goal off the charge down. And so brought in by SHU. So Harvard should have a goal line dropout. Is that what that discussion was all about?
That looks like that's what it is, Chris. I think you have deciphered it.
Well, that wasn't really conversation worthy. That's just the rule.
It's the law. There are no rules.
I can't believe you caught me on camera saying that. I'm getting in big trouble. All right, Cunningham's pulled down. It was a nice kick by Headland. Tipped over by Cunningham. Touched by Headland. Harvard's managed to retain possession. They run a pod. Oh, and there's a counter ruck, which is blown up for coming in from, or for diving over by SHU, which is great relief for Harvard, who's having a hard time getting up out of their 22 right now.
Kick just made it about 10.
Made it to touch, so the lineup will be ours. The lineup will be Harvard's. I want to give away that we belong to Harvard.
I'm going to put that in your contract, Chris. Yeah. You need to be impartial.
I'll do my best. All right. This maul is a stalemate. Jordan manages a kick, which is dropped backwards.
The
referee did not see it the way that I did. See that? That's me not being biased.
Back in scrum territory.
That's a great result for Harvard to get outside the 22 and retain possession. Let's see what they do with it. Morgan with the put in, squirts out the back again. Fitisamatu to Morgan. Nice run by Padilla. Taking the ground, it's Fitisamanu. Oh, really strong tackle by Sacred Heart. Well done. Jordan out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's just handed the ball off forward to Taylor. Taylor was about to go for a ramble, but the referees called it forward, and he's been pretty precise with those forward passes.
Yeah, I'm pretty silent on that one. I think there should be better decision making.
SHU has four backs to the right, one to the left. Torres Brown goes for a run, taking the ground, and a counter ruck. A counter.
Oh, finally the hard
And yeah.
moving the ball on the ground.
Pretty Samanu's could have gone quickly. She wants to go. Here we go. Seta with another strong run over the halfway line. Well into territory. Rankin finds a half gap, gains another 5 meters. These forward pods are really hitting hard now. Now Padilla goes for a run with the offload. Harvard's really picked up the pace here. It's tough to stop this momentum. It's just every play is 5 or 10 meter gain. Jordan to Lehman. Lehman tips it on to Vince. Vince goes with a line break, just grabbed by the back of her shirt. She was alone. She was alone. It was a great line break, and this happened last week as well. She has a great line break, and the support's not there, and ends up with the ball turnover. Still great to see 40, 50 meters gained until that penalty was called, but just unfortunate the support wasn't there for that line break.
Just over 7 minutes left here.
So I was just going to let everybody know that the timer on the field and the timer on the scoreboard are in sync.
That is not by design.
Oh, not straight. It's called, ball's called not straight. Great. And I'm a little confused about the touch judge signal.
Should be a Harvard line of that.
They're having a chat, so let's wait a moment. Harvard's, I'd assume Harvard gets to choose scrum, but the AR and the ref are chatting about something. And as I said, as would be expected here, Harvard's chosen scrum on the 15 as a result of a throw in not straight. Again, I don't know what the AR and ref were talking about.
It's good to have you here to interpret these laws, Chris.
Or rules. Harvard's got a great big open side of the field. Fitzsimanu, Morgan, Padilla. Padilla takes a break, pops it off. There's Jordan to Stanley, to London. Up into about 10 meters out from goal. There's a forward ball. And another strong run. A really strong run. Well done. We built some momentum. This ball's been slowed down a little bit. McLaughlin just gets a couple steps. And now pick and go from Seta. And another strong run inside the 5. Oh. Sacred Heart thought they had a turnover.
Call the scrum again.
And it sounds like Harvard's chosen the scrum, or look.
Yeah. It's a bit of a strange decision, but I guess with the goal line defense, they're taking a lot of the forwards away from that line.
Indeed. I think Harvard's pretty lethal off the back of the scrum right here. Remember the last scrum didn't look as strong as the ones earlier, so you got to watch out for the strong push. Sacred Heart will be really looking hard to push, and they are a formidable pack. And so we're going to stay strong here, set it up. But if Harvard's able to get this ball out the back, it's going to be, they're tough to stop.
Yeah, that last one went a little backwards.
Harvard's lineup currently is 4 backs to the left and just Lennox London off to the right. Oh, Morgan. Oh, Headlands. Sorry, Padilla must have been.
Yes, pick and go to the blind.
It's McLaughlin to about a meter or so out.
Second
Call's
movement. Second movement.
Second movement. An unfortunate call for Harvard. Referees called double movement, which is a penalty. Gives Sacred Heart the chance to get out of here, out of their own 22 with just 3 minutes to play, and retain the ball. Because Cunningham's done well to make touch on all these penalty kicks.
Yeah, for those who don't know, when you get the knee and get the ball on the ground, you can make one movement. Make a second one after that, it's a penalty.
The ball's gone over the top, but Sacred Heart's made something of it.
Good tackle there by Taylor.
There we go. Fitzmanu and Lehman connecting on that tackle. There you go, Cunningham. Out to Tortosil. Tortosil's knocked it on, and Snyder's picked up the ball. We got a scrum. Harvard has a scrum advantage. Vince having a go. Seta with another strong run right up the guts. Rankin trying to find a gap. Jordan, Padilla. Padilla draws in a few defenders. Unable to get an offload off. And Fikisamanu carrying another 5 players with her. By the way, that scrum advantage is long gone by now. Vince, Snyder. Snyder to Stanley. Stanley's wrapped up by a couple defenders. We're just outside the 5-meter line with 1 minute left. Nice pick and go by the forwards inside the 5-meter line now. A strong counter ruck from Sacred Heart. Cleaned up a bit by Harvard. Seta goes for another run. Pick and go. Say there's an overload in the backs, right. There you go. They get the ball to the backs. Jordan out to Padilla. London cleans it up, and I don't know what that penalty was for.
He might not have released.
Could have been holding in. It's the most likely scenario. And Sacred Heart has survived that one.
8 seconds to go, so the lineup will still happen. This is the last play.
I would expect so.
First half.
Would you say that Sacred Heart is going to kick this ball in the touch while they're in their own territory, or they're going to attack?
I think they'll play this ball, Chris. I mean, it's a very tight game, so can't be giving away any possessions.
Possession is stolen in the lineup by Harvard. Jordan. Oh, it's kicked it in and knocked on.
That was not.
And the knock-on's not called. Now Sacred Heart have kicked it in the touch. I don't know if that knock-on. Oh, it looks like the referees. Our clocks are synced with the fields, but we're not synced with the referee. Seems like he wants to play a little bit longer, and that's a bit unfortunate because I'm not sure.
I don't think that we stopped our clock, or the field clock didn't stop whenever we had the referee stoppage.
Oh.
So still a few minutes, probably.
Oh, nice take by Snyder. Fitisamanu, a little jump step. And another 5 meters, like every time. Lehman was able to, good hands to keep that ball. There we go, playing fast, gone back blind. Back to Fitisamanu. Actually is tackled behind the gain line this time. Lehman with another carry is able to pick up a few meters. Strong ruck, quick ball to Jordan. There's the headland. Rankin was able to pick up a few meters. Fitisamanu, the ball again, and is getting a penalty advantage for Harvard here. Oh, a little looping play there with Snyder and Padilla. And Padilla goes for a run down to about the 5 meter line. And we have another penalty advantage. Quick tap and go, and that looks like a try. I mean, that looks like a try. There, Reese Morgan's on that pick and go. That's my bet.
Good time to score, Chris, right before the half.
I would say so. I remember we were just saying no possession needs to be wasted. I think it was wrong about the referee's clock at that time, but quite.
They did have quite a couple of discussions on the far touchline.
Yeah.
And we didn't account for that time.
Yeah, I didn't realize the clock was still running during that time.
I have enough to do. I can't be stopping clocks as well.
I my expectations are high.
Sorry out there, folks.
Oh, a well-struck ball. Looks pretty good from the sideline, but the flags didn't go up, so must have just missed on the near side. Harvard goes into halftime, 20-10. One thing that's I very much appreciate that Sacred Heart has given us prime real estate on the sideline for us to be calling this game, but it's really hard to see the players here compared to in the bleachers where you have a little bit more height. You can see the numbers and the faces. So bear with me as I sometimes don't know who's carrying the ball and who's making the tackles.
20, Sacred Heart 10.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. Just having a break here.
Sweet. All right. We have to take.
Just getting ready for the second half here. And the first on the road production for the Crimson Parents Rugby Network of 2024. Check.
Here we go for second half kickoff. Cunningham kicks it short and deep. It actually finds some grass. It's taking a while to get picked up by Lehman. High tackle called against Sacred Heart, which is pretty fortunate because it was a good result on the kickoff for Sacred Heart.
Score, Kenny!
This line out Harvard.
Oh,
Referee said interference
some
in
sort
the
of
air.
obstruction being called in the lineup. But that's a full penalty to Harvard on that lineout.
Yeah, there's interference in the air. It's a good clearing ball right up to the halfway line.
Agreed. Snyder comes down with it to Morgan, playing quickly to Jordan. Rankin to run back to the halfway line. And Jordan to Dia. Headland gets through, gets a line break. Got London to her right, hits London. London weaving in and out. We got a penalty advantage for not rolling on that play. So we got a free play here. Lehman takes up the ball into contact. Jordan knows she's got a penalty advantage, hits Rankin. A strong run by Rankin. That looks like that ball looked like it was going to be turned over, but the referee's calling a sealing off on that ruck. So Harvard has a penalty right in front of the sticks.
What should they do here, Chris?
Well, I expect that they're going to take their points. They'll start off the half on a good note. Better to be up by 13 than 10. But
yeah, they're having that discussion.
But either there's not really a wrong answer.
Yeah, I guess scrum in front of the post gives them options to go left or right.
I'm most surprised that the scrum was chosen, but I suspect that they like the looks that they were getting, and they like their attack off of the scrum in the center of the field.
Well, being a forward, Chris, I'll always take a scrum in front of the post.
We're inside the 22, just inside at about 18 meters out. Picked up by Fidusamanu to Morgan. They've cut off the passing lane, and Morgan does really well to keep that ball. So McLaughlin, who had the ball at her ankles, now the ball's been turned over with a scrum advantage. It's a run by Werfel. And Cunningham's going to kick it, and that will take away their scrum advantage.
Yeah, the final pass is going a little too close to the ground.
Indeed, this is some of that similar to what we saw last week as well. Just the little details of execution that need to be worked over the course of the season. Snyder with a nice take, but and Sacred Heart hops on it. Snyder did well to tap that ball backwards. It just wasn't, Harvard wasn't able to pick it up. Now there's a big fight and a good, strong tackle by Harvard and maybe a turnover. We've got the turnover. Morgan to Snyder, Snyder to Vince, to Headland, and now just knocked on there on the outside. So it'll be a scrum for Sacred Heart. Do you like the spirit of that play where Morgan saw the turnover, played the ball quick, skip pass to Snyder, and quickly got the ball out to the wing. Everything went perfectly. Just some bad luck with the knock on.
All right, the referee getting into the scrum.
We've got a bit of a mess there. Just going to have a chat with the AR. You can see that.
Yeah, looking for fault. Scrum went down. And they just reset.
All right, Mendy with the put in, the pass, Cunningham just drops it behind her. No knock on called. Cleaned up by Gray. Back to Cunningham. Quick ball out to Tortosil. Tortosil gets a half break. Tackled by 3 players. Now down to 2. Good go forward by Tortosil. Cunningham playing the ball quickly with a dummy. Cunningham with a big long run, weaving in and out, not listening to her youth coaches, not running straight, but it worked out quite effectively for her. Well done.
Yeah, huge meters gained there.
Now Sacred Heart inside the 22, picking and going, generating some more momentum. Just pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. And not turned over. Oh, it was turned over. Referee called not releasing the player. The tackler allegedly did not release before trying to poach the ball. So a penalty for Sacred Heart with the momentum. It goes quickly. Therese Woods, just a good tackle.
Yeah, Woods sent back where she came from.
Cunningham tries this dummy weaving in and out of traffic again, which is not as effective as last time, but still making the defensive line think, and that ball is just knocked on.
These final balls getting knocked on in closing stages is affecting both teams.
I'm going to tell you, it is not hot, it's not wet, it's late maybe. Maybe the weather's too perfect, but I wouldn't expect the knock-ons, with the exception of there's a lot of pressure in the game. It's a lot of pressure by the defense, and causing some knock-ons.
It's going to be some very tired bodies tonight.
Look at the work that some of them are doing.
Oh, big scrum by Sacred Heart.
Penalty to Harvard in the scrum.
Not driving straight, or driving upwards.
Yeah, pushing up. That's
Driving
the one.
up.
Hedman will take this kick for touch. She's done
The
well to
referee's
get outside
been
the
quite
10.
fair today and caught a lot on both sides. The referees caught a ball
Oh,
on
yeah.
both sides.
Yeah. It seems like the penalties have been handed out evenly. This ball's taken by Hilger. And it's stolen by Sacred Heart. Tortoiseville with the ball. London. Chasing Tortoiseville. Wrapped up by Headland and Morgan. And Sacred Heart back inside the 22. For Mendy to Woods with a tip pass. Now Cunningham with the ball. Just barely held on to that. Nice hands. And a tip pass, which send in for a line break. And now inside the 10 with a penalty advantage for Sacred Heart. The ball's gone out to the wing to Sarah Gray. The ball's into the 5-meter line, but referees calling back for a penalty advantage for offsides. Or for, take that back. I'm not 100% sure what the call was. Hands interrupt. Quick tap to Woods, who's not quite able to drive through. The ball gets out to Cunningham, who does well to hold on the ball again. Cunningham again with a little step inside for the try. She headed outside, she stepped back inside, and only had 5 meters to go for the try.
Pioneer try by number 10, Alyssa Cunningham.
Kick is good from Cunningham, quite makeable just outside the post. Expect her to make that kick.
Yeah, that makes it a 3-point game.
Headland's kick goes back to Cunningham. Carries the ball to the 22, kicks it just before she gets there. In field, ball's allowed to bounce, which is picked up by Millie Boston. Penalty advantage for Sacred Heart here, about on the 10-meter line. It's Ashley Torres Brown with a good run. Back to Woods. Mendy to Cunningham. Ball's sort of dropped, but scooped up I need a little bit of line break here. Tackled by Snyder. And then we're going back to a penalty earlier on the 10-meter line. Looked like it was probably, we'll see what he says it is.
Yeah, Sacred Heart getting a lot of good momentum in the
Offsides.
last few minutes.
They have all the momentum right now, and they're going to try to tie the game right now.
Yeah, there's no surprise that Cunningham took the kick on this one.
Yeah, this kick is mostly between the sticks, and it's about 30 meters back. You know, I won't say it's an easy kick, but certainly makeable from Cunningham. Just wide left. I think everyone on the field thought that that was through, but looks like it just missed wide left. Now Harvard will have a 22-meter drop, which essentially gives Sacred Heart the ball back. They're just waiting for a ball. They're waiting for a ball. And, wow. Deep kick straight down the middle by Headland where there was no defenders. Ball's rolled almost to the 22. Picked up by Caldone with a step. And a break, tackled. And Sacred Heart's back on the attack. Inside their half. So Cunningham with that same play. Cunningham's tackled London. Now Harvard's playing from inside their 22. Chase is on. Caldone's back to retrieve the ball. We're going to kick the ball, and our whole team is offsides, but that's still okay because the ball rolls in a touch. And they've called the 50-22. The ball certainly did roll into touch inside the 22.
So Leonard knocked on.
A mess happened at the lineout, but it turns out the ref called that it was knocked on by Harvard. Sacred Heart will have a scrum from where the ball knocked on.
Coming up on halfway through the second half, Chris.
Ooh, time's flying. All right, from Mendy to Cunningham. It's a nice attacking run by Sacred Heart. And now to Torres Brown. Another penalty advantage. And the ball's knocked on, but the Sacred Heart about penalty advantage, penalty right in front of the sticks. And even going to a pocket. The referee's going to the pocket. This is
repeated infringements.
Sent off Tiana Padilla. Can
We don't have a yellow cards graphic, but we'll have to watch the time on that one.
He's called offsides. The yellow card was given to Padilla for an offsides call, which is not necessarily Padilla's doing. It's just that the team
repeated infringement.
Repeated calls.
They're taking this one in front of the post to tie the game.
Your kick is good for number 10, Alyssa Cunningham.
So there you have it, folks. Tied game. The last quarter of the game remaining. We're in the last 20 minutes of the second half.
Yep, 20 with 20 minutes left. This happens to be the score of last week's game for Harvard. And let's not forget that Harvard's playing, missing a player. Not just any player, but Tiana Padilla. The team will really have to rally here. Ball has gone 10 and it's been knocked on, and the scrum advantage goes to Harvard. So this is the kind of momentum shift that Harvard needed. There's a substitution coming on. It's Sophie Diaz is coming on at flanker, and Liv Snyder's headed off.
Channy Fisher going off for Sacred Heart.
So yeah, Sacred Heart's numbers throw you off trying to announce the game, and the numbers are not what you'd expect them to be.
Yeah, they run on squad numbers.
Yeah. Good to Simano, picks, passes to Morgan. Morgan cuts it back inside to Jordan, to Vince. They're missing a center out there, so they have to add some creativity. Jordan kicks it in the corner. It's picked up just on the touch line. Harvard's looking to keep Sacred Heart inside the 22 as long as they can while the yellow card gets burned off. Sacred Heart kicks, reaches touch. Well done. With the ball just outside. Just
I wasn't able to keep up with
line.
the ball, but I was able to keep up with the touch touch.
That was a good clearance kick there by Cunningham. Hilger comes down with the ball. Ball's out to Jordan. To Rankin. To Vince. To Headland. Kicks it through. Inside the 22. And Caldon with a step. And then Sacred Heart with their hands sealing the ruck. Cunningham finds Woods. This tackle looks like Harvard had the ball, but it was peeled off of it eventually. And then another line break by Cunningham. And Cunningham's all by herself and is poached Fair turnover, but nice tackle by Sacred Heart, keeping the pressure and has Harvard inside Harvard's 22 now. Harvard's going to pick and go, just clean up the ball and generate some momentum. Another pawed off 9 by McLaughlin, just gaining a few meters. Just more of the same, just a secure play, but a tough counter ruck. Jordan, who takes a kick and finds grass and bounces for London. London with a half break, tackle to the halfway line. Now there's numbers to work with Harvard with some momentum, but nice counter ruck by Sacred Heart, and they're able to turn the ball over. Here's Wood with another strong carry by herself, and that ball should be poached. And it is a fair game. Harvard stolen that ball. She was really working hard in those rucks to counter ruck, and they've done it. They've maybe done it again with another poach by a counter ruck. Harvard just managed to hold on to it. And now a pick and go. Jordan finds grass, and the ball bounces inwards. London on the chase with Caldona, who does a step. Jordan with the tackle. She's knocked that ball. She's been able to pick that ball up. There's Woods. And then maybe another steal by Safita Samano, just sealed off by Wolfel. Cunningham with a carry does not break the line this time. And Sacred Heart's currently moving backwards.
Knock on.
All right, nice open field tackle by Jordan on Wood. And eventually a knock on is caused.
Sacred Heart wins the scrum to Harvard.
And here comes Ava Ferentz on for Reese Morgan. And again, scores 20-20. There's about 3 minutes left on that yellow card for Padilla.
Yeah, now's the time to dig deep.
So another change in the field, if you haven't noticed. Fiti Samano's moved to flanker, and Seta's moved to number 8, while Sophie Diaz has moved to lock.
Short arm.
It's called a free kick for Harvard, driving in at an angle. Ball's been kicked. Woods was tackled by Lehman and Rankin, and the ball stolen by Harvard. And then a pick and go by McLaughlin. And again by Diaz. The ball's out to the backs. Jordan for Vince. Vince has a half break. Taken down, rucked over. Solid. Ferentz. And I can't see what's going on over there in the corner. But the ball's got out to the wing. And now we're coming back this way. Carried by Lehman. And now Rankin to carry. Another nice positive carry by Rankin. And another good counteract.
Offside, sir!
And a penalty for Harvard for being offsides. Ference goes quickly with the pass to Fitisamanu. They're inside about 10 meters. Well tackled by Sacred Heart. Rucks have slowed down, the play is slowed down. Another pod being run off 9. Now to Jordan, to Vince. Hilger, to Headland. Headland to London. London's tackled high. And a good penalty advantage for Harvard. Oh, which is Jordan, quick taps. They are, and the ref didn't let them go quickly because the player was injured. And so that Harvard's going to have a penalty on the 5-meter line. That's too bad because that was a short try or a penalty as Sacred Heart wasn't back on the goal line. It's also too bad to see Woods injured.
Should be getting our yellow card. Player back on. Yes, we are.
And yeah, Padilla's coming back on the field, and the only and Harvard done very well to keep SHU off the board, keep the ball in Sacred Heart's territory, and now we have a rested Tiana Padilla on the field and a penalty on the 5-meter line. Once Woods has been tended to, and I'm optimistic. It looks like she's getting something like a cramp worked on. I'm hopeful that it's not anything more than that.
Just under 9 minutes left.
If you don't know, you know how far Sacred Heart have come along. It's this fixture 2 years ago. Harvard was at home and won a game at home, something like 27 or 28-0 under the lights. And then last year the team didn't play during the regular season, but played in the semifinals, and Harvard won that game handily. And you could see Sacred Heart has really brought their A game, and we got quite a match on our hands here.
Certainly have. Just under 9 minutes to go.
Ference with the put in, picked by Seta, who is stopped before the goal line. It's just and the ball's been poached. Sacred Heart would look to clear. And here's a clearance kick. And it's made it a touch just inside the 22. According to the ref, just outside the 22.
Well, Sacred Heart had the poach on all day. That was a poor time to have a poach against Harvard.
It was a really good play, and it wasn't off the deck. I don't think. Ball's going backwards. Barankin cleans things up. Lehman. Lehman's got some momentum. Jordan, Padilla. Out to the wing to Stanley, who steps inside. Get the ball about the 22-meter. There's Diaz with the ball. Ferentz to Jordan. Jordan. Headland to Seta. Seta offloads it. Headland manages to keep it in. London Rux. Lehman with another carry. The ball's played off 9. Sophia Diaz. Jordan. Headland. Headland to Stanley. Stanley has some space in the wing. Just dragged down right again about the 22. Oh. Sacred Heart's got their hands on the ball a couple times, but it's called for an infraction. Ferentz goes quickly, takes her space, and pops it to Diaz. And now that ball is inside the 10, near the 5. Taylor is well tackled. Well tackled. This guy switches the point of attack over to Padilla and Headland. Headland takes the ball in the contact. I think that ball might have been turned over when a player did not roll away. I'm not sure what the referee's got seeing here, but it's a turnover. Again, right around the 5-meter line, the ball is turned over. And there comes a clearance kick by Cunningham. It looks like it finds touch and is well struck right on the 22.
Final 5 minutes, Chris. It's anyone's game.
It is
it's like last week.
Just like last week, really. All right, we have a substitute on the field. Maya Hilger. Come on for Chloe Headland. And then looks like Skylar Jordan moves to 15 and PK Vince takes over at 10. Vince.
Backwards.
Oh. So forward pass is called on that play.
Yeah, Harvard undoing themselves again in attack. It's handling errors creeping into the game in the final 20 again.
Indeed.
This is not the Harvard we used to seeing, Chris.
Well, I think they've got some things to work out, trying some new things, trying players in different positions. They put in a strong push by Harvard. The ball squeaks out by the flankers, and the ball may be turned over. The ball looks to be turned over, and they're calling not releasing the tackled player, even though Ferentz had nothing to do with that tackle.
Come on, Reese! Come on, Ali! Come on, Ali!
SHU second in there, and every right to go for that ball and seal it off. Should have been a Harvard penalty.
I forgot for a moment to try not to be biased, especially if we're hearing that the feed's not working for Sacred Heart, and this game may be watched by Sacred Heart people. I'll do better. We've got 3 minutes left on the stadium clock. It was Warfel. That ball is not straight, and it's not called. But nonetheless carried in a touch, which is essentially the same result, just a few meters back. And I think one correction there: if that ball wasn't thrown straight and it wasn't contested, Maybe they let him get away with it, but that wasn't even on the outside shoulder. Vince to Rankin. Rankin to Padilla. Padilla goes out wide to Stanley. Stanley has some space and picks up some with a line break. Picks up 50, 60 meters on that rambling run. And now Harvard's got the ball going forward and gets a penalty. Chooses to go quickly. Ference takes the ball quickly to the mark this time. Here's your Taylor. Vince. To Padilla. Out to London. She's got Cunningham chasing her. And a penalty and a try is awarded. Oh, a try is awarded. Cunningham did really well to track down London. That's no easy task. And she tried her best to hold her up, but London was able to put the ball down. Cunningham's slow to get out. And
this one is no good.
Harvard kick is no good.
Slender lead. Time nearly up. The AR just informed us that there's about 50 seconds left in the match. Cunningham's out, so Tortoisville's taking the kick. A wobbly low line drive picked up by Vince. Vince is going to carry the ball into contact. He's got support players there. Smart move by Vince. And then a pot off 9. Again, playing secure ball and a penalty awarded to Harvard. And that's a really important play. Harvard will slow the ball down here. And that's the game. Harvard sneaks away with a 25-20 victory. Every bit as exciting as last week. And it looks like they're committed to giving us a heart attack week after week. Yeah, it was a very tight game. You know, like we said in the beginning, Chris, it was a battle of the forwards, the front rows. And then you had the kicking game going on as well between the backs, ball being played either wings. This is the type of game we want to see.
Exactly. It's making every player and every team out there better. And saw some really great rugby. You would have heard me say something about drop balls, but amidst balls that didn't go to hand, there's some great rugby played out here today.
Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up now for this Crimson Rugby Parents Network. And our next appearance is going to be on the road in Charlotte. So we're going to take the gear on the road and broadcast our next game there. So we'll return you to your regular ESPN commentators and quality video.
All right. Good night, folks.